I want to ask you a question. What would you do if doctors told you that you have 6 months to live? That's it, 6 months to live. You have no other choice. There's no medicine, there's no treatment. That's all you have. Well, the chances are you would forget about all of the bullshit fears you're experiencing, all the irrational fears that are holding you back, and you would look at the things that you've always wanted to do, and you would pull the trigger and you would do those things. What's interesting is that, well, most of us don't feel like we live with some death threat. We don't feel like we have limited time on this planet, but the reality is that we already have this death sentence, each one of us, right? And we are all dying one day after another. Now you may be thinking, wow, this is such a positive course, man. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. But look, the reality is that when you really think about it, our lives are ending 1 minute at a time. Every single minute, you are getting older, and you have to make the most of it, right? Because one of the biggest regrets of people who are older is that they look back at their lives and they are thinking, well, I wish I did more things. Nobody ever regrets doing more. Everyone always regrets not pursuing the things that they've wanted to pursue. So there's one experiment that I like to do in my own head, but I actually did it in reality as well, and it's very powerful. So imagine for a moment that you go to a hospital, right? And you talk to a bunch of people who really have limited time. They have all types of different diseases. They can't do what you can't do. They don't have those opportunities. Maybe they are bedridden. They just cannot embrace most of the opportunities that we have, right? And imagine looking at one of those people, knowing that they have just a few months to live, and telling them all your fucking excuses. I don't have enough time. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get rejected. I'm afraid I'm gonna fail. Imagine telling them all of this bullshit, looking them in their eyes, knowing that they would give anything and everything to be you. They would want to be you. They would want to have another chance, but they can't because they're going to die in a few months or in a few weeks. So they have no choice. They have no other option. They are there and that's it. Now you have a chance. You have that option. You have all of those possibilities in front of you. The question is, what you going to do about it? So really think about it, because someone may tell me, well, this is one of those motivational woo-woo type of talks. Sure, if you want to feel like this, that's fine. But I honestly believe that doing an experiment like this in your own mind, or ideally actually going and talking to people like this, going to a hospice and experiencing it for yourself, will dramatically change the way you perceive everything, right? There's this guy called Dan Pena, very successful businessman, and he always says, what would you do if you were not afraid of anything? And I feel like these are very important questions to ask yourself. And it's not about actually not being afraid of anything, because some fear is good, it's important, it serves you to some extent, but it's about just pondering about those questions, because I feel like they make you realize that many things that we care about a bit too much, like fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being uncomfortable, don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And when you look death in the face, you realize that what truly matters is pursuing your dreams and doing whatever you can do to live the best life you can live, and to build and help build the best life for people you care about. So hope you enjoyed this video. It's actually very spontaneous. Didn't plan to make this video, but I just had this tingling. I wanted to share this with you because this is one of those tools / thought experiments that really helped me on my journey.